Madhya-lila. 283. Wait, three. Well. All right, we can start. Okay, thanks for telling me. I didn't hear. All right. Bandeyam Shigaro Shiyata Parakamalam Shivarun Vaishnavam Sya Shirupam Sagrajatam Saganaraganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shirana Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivishikam Vitam Sya Om Jnana Timarandasya Gyanajana Shalakya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasman Shigurave Namah Gorva Bistam Supurakam Gurganara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipanam Shirupa Patanugam Govinda Bidam Ujwalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Mande Vishwagurun Shat Divyat Bhagavat Prem Noe Bijat Pradam Devam Divyatanum Suchanda Varanam Balarka Chilanshitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Varam Manditam Shubhanam Madeka Sharanam Nyashishvara Shidharam Vanshakapatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavenibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahabaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaurachavishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Prabhupada. And this is chapter 24, explanations of the Atmarama verse. This is text number 283. Mahaprabhu has just explained to Sanatan Goswami further meanings of the Atmarama verse, and one of the meanings included a hunter. So he told the story of Mrigari the hunter, how Mrigari was a hunter who liked to half-kill animals. His father had taught him that, and he liked to see while the animals writhed in pain. And later, Narad Muni showed him the reaction from his sinful activities, and then the hunter became a devotee. He said he was afraid, and he asked Narad Muni, please help me to relieve me of all these things, of all these reactions. And then Narad Muni told him, first break your bow. And he said, if I break my bow, how will I earn a living? Then Narad Muni said, I will supply you. And he told him to go live by the river and plant tulsi and circumambulate tulsi. And Narad Muni sent Narad Muni, different persons brought. The hunter became known as a saint, and people would bring him food like this. Mahaprabhu told the story of how the hunter became a great devotee. So now we're continuing with Mahaprabhu's explanations of the Atmarama verse 2, Sanatan Goswami. Ayaratinarta gananate paila, ayaratinarta gananante paila, ayaratinarta gananate paila, eduiarta mili chabisharta hoila. In this way we have found three more meanings of the Atmarama verse. Combine these with the other meanings, and the total number of meanings adds up to 26 in all. Ara arta shuna jaha artera bandar stule dui arta shukme batrisha prakar. There is yet another meaning which is full of variety of imports, Actually, there are 2 gross meanings and 32 subtle meanings. The two gross meanings refer to regulative devotional service and spontaneous devotional service. There are also 32 subtle meanings. Under the headings of regulative devotional service, there are 16 meanings based on understanding the word Atmarama to mean a servant of the Lord as his personal associate, a personal friend, personal parents or similar superiors, a personal beloved, a servant elevated by spiritual cultivation, a friend by spiritual cultivation, parents and superior devotees by cultivation of devotional service, a beloved wife or female friend by cultivation of devotional service, a mature devotee as a servant, a mature devotee as a friend, a mature devotee as a parent, and superior, a mature devotee as a wife and beloved, an immature devotee as a servant, an immature devotee as a friend, an immature devotee as a father or superior, and an immature devotee as a beloved. Similarly, under the heading of spontaneous devotional service are also 16 various associates. Therefore, the total number of devotees under the headings of regulated devotees and spontaneous devotees is 32. Atma Shabde ko hai sarva bida Bhagavan, ek swayam Bhagavanara Bhagavan akyan. The word Atma refers to all the different expansions of the Lord. One of them is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself, Krishna, and the others are different incarnations or expansions of Krishna. Tate Rame Jai Se Sab Atmarama Vidhi Bhakta Raga Bhakta Dui Vidanam. One who always engages in the service of the Lord is called Atmarama. There are two types of Atmaramas. One is the Atmarama engaged in regulative devotional service, which is a Vidhi Bhakta, and the other is an Atmarama engaged in spontaneous devotional service, which is a Rag Bhakta. Dui Bida Bhakta Hoy Chari Chari Prakar Parishad Sarana Siddha Sadaka Gana Ar. Both the Atmaramas engaged in regulative devotional service and both the Atmaramas engaged in regulative devotional service and those engaged in spontaneous devotional service are further categorized into 4 groups. There are the eternal associates, the associates who have become perfect by devotional service, and those who are practicing devotional service and are called sadhakas, of whom there are 2 varieties. Jata ajata rati bedes sadhaka dui bed vidirag marga chari chari ashtabed. Those who are practicing devotional service are either mature or immature. Therefore, the sadhakas are of 2 types. Since the devotees execute either regulated devotional service or spontaneous devotional service, and there are 4 groups within these 2 divisions altogether, there are 8 varieties. So, it's described here. Let's see the wording. Where is Jata ajata rati bedi. Distinction of mature love and immature love. Okay. So, when it mentions the 4 categories, 4 types, use the word of friend, and it's referring to Dasha Ras, Sakya Ras, Vatsalya Ras, and Madhura Ras, of servants, friends, parental Ras devotees, either parents or older teachers or aunts, uncles, etc. They're all in the category of Vatsalya. So there's servant, friend, Vatsalya Ras or parental Ras, and then there's lovers. So those who are practicing devotional service are either mature or immature. Therefore, the sadhakas are of 2 types, mature or immature. Since the devotees execute either regulated devotional service or spontaneous devotional service, and there are 4 groups within these 2 divisions, altogether there are 8 varieties. So, 8 varieties, mature and immature of those 4 categories. Vidi Bhakti Nitya Siddha Parishadash Sakka Guru Kantagan Sharibira Prakash. By executing regulative devotional service, one is elevated to the platform of an eternally perfect associate, such as a servant, friend, superior, or beloved. Each of these is of 4 varieties. Sadhana, Siddha, Dasha, so that 4 varieties, mature and immature, and Vidhi Marg and Rag Marg, I guess that's the category. Sadhana, Siddha, Dasha, Sakka, Guru, Kantagan, Jatarati, Sadhaka Bhakta, Chari, Bidajan. Among those who have perfected themselves by devotional service, there are servants, friends, superiors, and beloved damsels. Similarly, there are 4 types of mature devotees. Ajata Rati Sadhaka Bhakta, Achari Prakar, Vidimarge Bhakti, Shodasha, Beta Prachar. Within the category of regulated devotional service, there are also immature devotees. These are also 4 varieties. Thus, in regulated devotional service, there are altogether 16 varieties. Ragmarg, Aiche Bhakti, Shodasa Vibed, Dui Marge Atmarama, Bhatrisha Vibed. On the path of spontaneous devotional service, there are also 16 categories of devotees. Thus, there are 32 types of Atmaramas enjoying the Supreme Lord on these 2 paths. So, I'm trying to see this. Sadhakas are since the devotees execute. So, among those who have perfected themselves by devotional service, there are servants, friends, superiors, and beloved damsels. That's the 4 varnas. The 4. No, not Rasha. The 4 rasas. Similarly, there are 4 types of mature devotees. So 4, okay, Ajata Rati Sadhaka Bhakta Achari Prakar, Vidhi Marge Bhakti Shodasha Beta Prachar. Within the category of regulated devotional service, there are also immature devotees. These are also of 4 varieties. Thus, in regulated devotional service, there are altogether 16 varieties. So, I see 4 and mature and immature, there are 8, but it says there are 16. So let me see how that comes about. Spontaneous or?
There's 16 in Vidhi
And there's 16 in Ragmarg too.
Yeah, 32
I understand 16 and 16 is 32, but where do we get this? I'm trying to see where we get the 16. I understand mature and immature is 2, and then there's 4 rasas, which makes 8. But where is the other 8 coming from? Let's see. Those who are practicing devotional service are either mature or immature. Therefore, the sadhakas are of 2 types, mature or immature. Since the devotees execute either regular devotional service or spontaneous devotional service, and there are 4 groups within these 2 divisions. Altogether, there are 8 varieties. Okay. By executing regular devotional service, one is elevated to the platform of an eternally perfect associate, such as a servant, friend, superior, or beloved woman. Each of these is of 4 varieties. Among those who have perfected themselves by devotional service, there are servants, friends, superiors, and beloved damsels. Similarly, there are 4 types of mature devotees. Within the category of regular devotional service, there are also immature devotees. Those are also of 4 varieties. Thus, in regulated devotional service, there are altogether 16 varieties. Okay, 8 and 8. Okay. Ragmarge Aiche Bhakti Shodasha Vibhed, Dui Marge Atmarama Matrisha Vibhed. On the path of spontaneous devotional service, there are also 16 varieties of devotees. Thus, there are 32 types of Atmaramas enjoying the Supreme Lord on these two paths. Muni Nirgranta Chapi Chari Shabderarta Jahaje Lage Taha Koriye Samarta. When these 32 types of devotees are qualified with the words Muni Nirgranta Cha Napi, the meanings can be increased in different ways and very soundly elaborated upon. But Trishe Chavishe Mili Ashta Panchash Ara Ek Beta Shuna Artera Prakash. When we add the 26 types of devotees to these 32, they altogether number 58. You may now hear from me of further meanings, further manifestations of meaning. Itaratera Chadiya Samasakorye Atana Bara Atmarama Namaloye. In this way, as I add the word cha to one word after another, I make a compound. Thus, the different meanings of Atmaramas can be taken 58 times. Atmaramas cha, Atana bar, Seshe sab, Lopakori, Raki ekbar. In this way, one can repeat the word Atmarama with cha for each of the 58 meanings. By following the rule previously stated and rejecting all but the last, we retain that which represents all the meanings. So what's being referred to here is a grammatical rule. There are 58 different varieties of Atmarama, so you could say Atmarama cha, Atmarama cha, Atmarama cha 58 times. But in Sanskrit grammar, you don't have to do that. If you just take the last one, it refers to all the 58 others. So, in this way, one can repeat the word Atmaramaha with cha for each of the 58 meanings. By following the rule previously stated and rejecting all but the last, we retain that which represents all the meanings. Sarupanam ek sesha ek vibhakto uktaranam aprayoga iti. Of words having the same form and case termination, the last one is the only one retained. It's a Sanskrit rule. Quotation from Panini's Shastras. Oh, Sutras, yes, Sutras. There's a quotation from Panini's Sutras. Atanacha karera sablop hoy egatmarama shabde atana arta hoy. Koi. Atanacha karera sablopa hoy Ek Atmarama Shabde Atana Artakoi. When all the chakaras, or additions of the word cha, are taken away, 58 different meanings can still be understood by the one word Atmarama. Ashbata vrikshascha, bhata vrikshascha, kapita vrikshascha, atma vrikshascha, vriksha. By the plural word vriksha, trees, all trees such as banyan trees, fig trees, kapita trees, and mango trees are indicated. Asmin vane brika phalanti jaiche hoy taiche sab atmarama krishne bhakti karoi. The Atmarama verse is like the sentence. In this forest, many different trees bear fruit. All Atmaramas render devotional service to Lord Krishna. Atmaramas cha samuchaye kohiye jakar munayas cha bhakti kore e artatar. After uttering the word Atmarama 58 times and taking cha in a sense of aggregation, one may add the word munaya. That will mean that great sages also render devotional service to Lord Krishna. In this way, there are 59 meanings. Nirgranteva hoya api nirdarane a una shati prakar arta korilun vyakyane. Then taking the word nirgranta and considering api in the sense of sustenance, I have tried to explain a 59th meaning of the verse. Sarva samuchaye ara ek arta koi, pardon me. Sarva samuchaye ara ek arta hoi, Atmaramascha muneyascha nigrantascha bhajai. Taking all the words together, there is another meaning. Whether one is an Atmarama, a great sage, or a Nirgranta, everyone must engage in the service of the Lord. Api shabda abadharane seho charibar chari shabda sange evera koribe uchar. The word api is then used in the sense of ascertainment. And then the word eva can be uttered 4 times with 4 words. Urukrama eva, bhaktim eva, haitukim eva, kurvanti eva. The word urukrama, bhakti, haituki, and kurvanti are added to the word eva again and again. Thus another meaning is explained. Eta kohilun shlokara shashti sangaka arta ara ek arta shuna brahmane samartha. Now I have given 60 different meanings of the verse, and yet there is another meaning which is also very strongly evident. Atma shabde kohe ketragya jivalakan brahmadi kita parjanta tara shaktite ganan. The word Atma also refers to the living entity who knows about his body. That is another symptom. From Lord Brahma down to the insignificant ant, everyone is counted as the marginal potency of the Lord. Vishnu Shakti para prokta kshetragyakya tata para avidya karma samgyaya chatiya shaktir ishate. The potency of Lord Vishnu is summarized in 3 categories, namely the spiritual potency, the living entities, and ignorance. The spiritual potency is full of knowledge. The living entities, although belonging to the spiritual potency, are subject to bewilderment. And the third energy, which is full of ignorance, is always visible in fruitive activities. So the 3 energies are the Chid Shakti, the spiritual energy. Then there's the Jiva Shakti or Tatastha Shakti, the Jivas, us, all the souls. They live in the marginal plane. And they can go towards spirit or spiritual engagement or towards mundane engagement. So that's called marginal. And the other energy is the Maya Shakti or material energy. So there are 3 kinds of energies: spiritual, marginal, and material or Maya Shakti. Kshetragyatma Purusha Pradhanam Prakrite Striyam. The word Kshetragya refers to the living entity, the enjoyer, and the chief. The word Kshetragya refers to the living entity, the enjoyer, the chief, and material nature. So, Brahmate Brahmati Jadi Sadhu Sangapai Sabtyajitabe Tiho Krishnere Bajai. The living entities are wandering in different species of life on different planets, but if by chance they get the association of a pure devotee sadhu, they give up all other engagements, engage in the service of Lord Krishna. The living entities are wandering in different species of life on different planets, but if by chance they get the association of a pure devotee sadhu, they give up all other engagements and engage in the service of Lord Krishna. That's Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasadi Pai Bhakti-lila Beach. And all the jivas are wandering, all the souls of this world are wandering from one species of life to another, to one planet or to another, to one universe to another. But Guru Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagavan Jeev, but if Bhagavan means if they become fortunate, Guru Krishna Prasadi Pai, they make, by the mercy of Krishna, they find a guru, and by the mercy of the guru, then they get Krishna by getting the seed of devotional service, which is planted in their heart and watered by the chanting of the holy names. Shati arta kohelun sab Krishnara bhajane, se arta hoy e sab udaharane. I have thus explained 60 different meanings, and all of them aim at the service of Lord Krishna. After giving so many examples, that is the only meaning. Ekshasti, all of them, all living entities engaged in the service of the Lord. Ekshasti arta ebe svorila tomasange tomara bhakti bhashe ute artera tarange. Now, due to your association, another meaning has awakened. It is due to your devotional service that these waves of meanings are arising. Naham vedmi shuko veti vyaso veti na veti sva bhaktya bhagavatam grayam na budya nacha atikaya. So this is a very mystical verse. It says, Lord Shiva said, I may know, Sukadeva Goswami, the son of Vyasadeva, may know, and Vyasadeva may know or may not know Srimad Bhagavatam. On the whole, Srimad Bhagavatam, the spotless Purana, can be learned only through devotional service and by mature intelligence, speculative methods, or, On the whole, Srimad Bhagavatam, the spotless Purana, can be learned only through devotional service, not by material intelligence, speculative methods, or imaginary commentaries. So, this is saying, Lord Shiva is saying, I may know that, what is it? I may know the Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Shiva says. Sukadeva Goswami, he may know the Srimad Bhagavatam. And Vyasadeva, who wrote the Srimad Bhagavatam, he may know or he may not know. So how can the author, he may know or he may not know? He says, devotional service includes 9 processes, beginning with hearing, chanting, and remembering the activities of Lord Vishnu. Only one who has taken to devotional service can understand Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the spotless Purana for a transcendentalist, Paramahamsa. So-called commentaries are useless for this purpose. According to the Vedic injunction, Yasha Devi Parabhaktir Yata Deve Tatagoro, all Vedic literatures maintain that Srimad Bhagavatam has to be learned from the person Bhagavad, and to understand it, one has to engage in pure devotional service. Srimad Bhagavatam cannot be understood by so-called erudite scholars or grammarians. One who has developed pure Krishna consciousness and has served the pure devotee, the spiritual master, can understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Others cannot. But here, Lord Shiva is saying, I may know the Srimad Bhagavatam, which he does. Sukadeva Goswami, he may know the Srimad Bhagavatam, and the author of the Srimad Bhagavatam, inspired by the Lord, Vedavyas, he may know or he may not know what is the meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam, although he is the author. Artashuni Sanatana Bhishmita Hoya Stuti Kore Mahaprabhu Charane Doriya. After hearing all the explanations of all the different meanings of the Atmarama verse, Sanatan Goswami was struck with wonder. He fell down at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and began to offer prayers. Sakat Ishwara Tumi Brajendra Nandan Tomara Nishva Se Sarva Veda Pravartan. Sanatan Goswami said, "My dear Lord, you are the Supreme Personality of God and Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda. All the Vedic literatures are vibrated through your breathing. Tumi Bhakta Bhagavater Tumi Jana Arta Tomabina Anya Janite Nahika Samarta." My dear Lord, you are the original speaker of the Bhagavatam. You therefore know its real import. But for you, no one can understand the confidential meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhu kohe kene kora amara staban Bhagavatera swarup kene na kora bicharan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, "Why are you glorifying me personally? You should understand the transcendental position of Srimad Bhagavatam. Why don't you consider this important point? Krishna Tuya Bhagavata Vibhu Sarvashray Prati Shloke Prati Akarshare Krishna Tuya Bhagavata Vibhu Sarvashray Prati Shloke Prati Akare Nanak Arta Koi." Srimad Bhagavatam is as great as Krishna, the Supreme Lord and shelter of everything. In each and every verse of Srimad Bhagavatam and in each and every syllable, there are various meanings. Prashnotare Bhagavate Korijanche Nirdar Jahara Shravane Loke Lage Chamatkar. The form of Srimad Bhagavatam is given in questions. The form of Srimad Bhagavatam is given in questions and answers. Thus, the conclusion is established by hearing these questions and answers. One is highly astonished. Bruhe Yogeshware Krishna Brahmanye Dharma Varmani Swam Kashtam Adunopete Dharma Kam Sharanam Gata. Now that Sri Krishna, the absolute truth, the master of all mystic powers, has departed for his own abode, please tell us by whom religious principles are presently protected. This verse from Srimad Bhagavatam was a question raised by all the sages who were headed by Shonaka. This question put before the great devotee Sutta Goswami is the foremost of the 6 questions raised. The answer to this important question is given in the next verse, also from Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishnesva Damo Pagate Dharma Jnanadi Bisaha Kalonashta Drisham Esha Purnam Puranarko Dunodita. After Lord Krishna departed for his abode along with religious principles and transcendental knowledge, this Purana, Srimad Bhagavatam, has arisen like the sun in this age of Kali to enlighten those who have no spiritual vision. E mata kohilun ek shlokara vyakyan batulera pralapa kore ke kore praman. This way, like a madman, I have explained the meanings of just one verse. I do not know who will take this as evidence. Mahaprabhu says, I've explained this one verse, the Atmarama verse, so many ways. Like a madman I spoke. But who will understand? Who will take this as evidence? Who will accept what I said as evidence? Amahena jebakeho batula hoy edrishje bhagavater artajanai. If one becomes a madman like me, he may also understand the meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam by this process. Puna Sanatana Kohe Judi Dui Kore Prabhu Agya-dila Vaishnava Smriti Koribari. Folding his hands, Sanatan Goswami said, "My Lord, you ordered me to write a directory about the activities of Vaishnavas. Mui nijajati kichu na jananachar mo hoite kaiche hoi smriti parachar. I'm a most low-born person. I have no knowledge of good behavior. How is it possible for me to write authorized directions about Vaishnava activities? Sutra kori disha jari koraha upadesh apane karaha jari hridaye pravesh." Sanatana Goswami requested the Lord, "Please personally tell me how I can write this difficult book about Vaishnava behavior. Please manifest yourself in my heart." Okay. Open this door a little, please. Tabetara disha svore mo nichera ridoy ishwara tumi je koraha se siddhoy. If you would please manifest yourself within my heart and personally direct me in writing this book, then although I am lowborn, I may hope to be able to write it. If you do this because you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead yourself, and whatever you direct is perfect. Okay. If you would please manifest yourself within my heart and personally direct me in writing this book, then although I am low-born, I can hope to be able to write it. You can do this because you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead yourself, and whatever you direct is perfect. So Sanatana Goswami says, yes, I'll write this book about devotional service, Hari Bhakti Vilas, but you please, in order to do that, you please manifest yourself in my heart. Rabu kohe je korite koriba tumiman. Krishna say Toma Korabes Swaran. Mahaprabhu replied, whatever you want to do, you will be able to do correctly by Lord Krishna's favor. He will manifest the real purport. Tatapiye Shastra Rashuna Digdarshan Sakarana Likiado Guru Ashrayan. Because you asked me for a synopsis, please hear these few indications. In the beginning, describe how one must take the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. Then Guru Lakan, Sishya Lakan, Dohara Prakan, Sebya Bhagavan, Sarva, Marira Bicharan, Guru Lakan, Sishya Lakan, Dohara Parikan, Sebya Bhagavan, Sarva Mantra Vicharan. Your book should describe the characteristics of the bona fide guru and the bona fide disciple. Then, before accepting a spiritual master, one can be assured of the spiritual master's position. Similarly, the spiritual master can also be assured of the disciple's position. The Supreme Lord Krishna should be described as a worshipable object, and you should describe the bija mantra for the worship of Krishna as well as that for Rama or any other expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So. Mantradikare mantra siddhi adi shodan dikaprata smriti kritya socha achaman. You should discuss the qualifications, Mahaprabhu continues, speaking Sanatana Goswami. You should discuss the qualifications necessary for receiving a mantra, the perfection of the mantra, the purification of the mantra, initially morning duties, remembrance of the Supreme Lord, cleanliness and washing the mouth and other parts of the body. You should discuss the qualifications necessary for receiving a mantra, the perfection of the mantra, the purification of the mantra, initiation, morning duties, remembrance of the Supreme Lord, cleanliness, and washing the mouth and other parts of the body. Okay. Danta Dharanam Snanas Sanjadi Bandhan Guru Seva Urdhva Pundra Chakradi Dharan. You should describe how in the morning one should regularly brush one's teeth, take bath, offer prayers to the Lord, and offer obeisances to the spiritual master. You should also describe how one should render service to the spiritual master and paint one's body in 12 places with Urdhva Pundra tilak, as well as how one should stamp one's body with the holy names of the Lord or the symbols of the Lord, such as the disc and club. So actually, tilak is supposed to be put on 16 different parts of the body.
16?
12. Okay, sorry, 12. 12, all right. Okay, thank you. Okay, as well as 12 places. All right. Gopi Chandan, Maya Dhriti, Tulasi, Aharan, Vastrapita Griha, Samskara, Krishna, Prabodhan. After this, you should describe how one should decorate one's body with Gopi Chandan, wear neck beads, collect tulsi leaves from the tulsi tree, cleanse one's cloth in the altar, cleanse one's own house or apartment, and go to the temple and ring the bell just to draw the attention of Lord Krishna. Pancha Shodasha Panchashat Upacharya Archan Panchakala Puja Arti Krishnara Bhojana Shayan. Also describe deity worship, wherein one should offer food to Krishna at least 5 times daily, and in due time place him on a bed. You should also describe the process for offering arti and the worship of the Lord according to the list of 5, 16, or 50 ingredients. Sri Murti Lakanara Shalagrama Lakan Krishna Ketra Jatra Krishna Murti Darashan. The characteristics of the deity should be discussed, as well as the characteristics of the Shalagram Shila. You should also discuss visiting the deities in the temple and touring holy places like Vrindavan, Mathura, and Dwarka. Nama Mahima, Nama Parad, Dhuri Barjan, Vaishnava Lakan, Seva Parada, Gandan. You should glorify the holy names and explain that one must carefully give up offenses while chanting the holy name. You should also describe the symptoms of a Vaishnava and explain that one must give up all or nullify all kinds of seva parad, offenses in deity worship or offenses in worship. Okay, or executing devotional service, deity worship. Shankar Jalaganda Pushpa Dupadi Lakan Japastuti Parikrama Dandavat Bandan. The items of worship such as water, conch shell, flowers, incense, and lamp should be described. You should also mention chanting softly, that's chanting japa, offering prayers, circumambulating and offering obeisances. All these should be carefully described. Purascharana, Vidi Krishna Prasad Bhojan, Anbedita Tyaga, Vaishnava Nindari Barjan. Other items you should describe are the method of performing Purascharan, taking Krishna Prasad, giving up unoffered food, and not blaspheming the Lord's devotees. And Purascharan is described, Purascharan Vidi, ritualistic ceremonies. Other items you should describe are the method of performing Purascharan, ritualistic ceremonies, taking Krishna Prasad, giving up unoffered food, and not blaspheming the Lord's devotees. Sadhu Lakana, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sevan, Asat Sangatyaga, Sri Bhagavata, Shravan. You should describe the symptoms of a devotee, how to associate with devotees, how to satisfy a devotee by rendering service, and how to give up the association of non-devotees. You should also explain the value of regularly hearing the recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Mahaprabhu is instructing Sanatan Goswami what he should describe in the book that he will compile about regulative and spontaneous devotional service. Dina Kritya, Paka Kritya, Ekadasi Ari Vivaran Masa Kritya, Janma Stam Nijadi Vidi Bicharan. You should describe the ritualistic duties to be formed every day, and you should also describe the fortnightly duties, that's Ekadasi, especially how to observe the fortnightly Ekadasi fast. You should also describe the duties to be observed every month, and you should especially describe the observance of ceremonies like Janmastami, Ramnovami, or Ramnomi, and the Shringa Chaturdasi. So we'll have an opportunity to learn about observing Ekadasi because it's tomorrow. Ekadasi, Janmastami, Vamana Dwarasi, Sri Rama Navami are Nishringa Chaturdasi. Ekadasi, Janmastami, Vamana Dwarasi, Rama Navami, and Nishringa Chaturdasi. All these should be described. So Friday, what do we have? We have Vamana Dwarasi, right? That's will be observed on Friday. Esa Bida Tyaga Abida Karanam Akarane Dosh Koile Bhaktira Lamban. You should recommend the avoidance of mixed Ekadasi and the performance of pure Ekadasi. You should also describe the fault in not observing Ekadasi. One should be very careful as far as these items are concerned. If one is not careful, one will be negligent in executing devotional service. So that's why we're following the events of the Vaishnava calendar, but the Ekadasis are calculated. They've been calculated by Tyagi Maharaj, and he's aware of what constitutes a Mishra Bhakti, or let's see what the word here used is, a mixed Ekadasi. It's a Vidatyag, let's see. A Vidik Ekadasi. So it's not a pure, this is how the calendar is calculated, and according to when the sun rises, it determines whether a day is a pure Ekadasi day or a mixed Ekadasi day, that be due to the, sometimes because we're talking about the titis caused by the moon, sometimes there's two titis in one day, and that can affect how Ekadasi is observed. So it's calculated, and that's why we don't observe the Indian calendar for Ekadasi, because Ekadasi has to be calculated locally, according to where one lives. Sarvatra Brahmana, Sarvatra Brahmana Dive Purana Bachan, Sri Murti Vishnu Mandir, Karana Lakan. Whatever you say about Vaishnava behavior, the establishment of Vaishnava temples and deities and everything else should be supported by evidence from the Puranas. Samanya shad achara ar, Vaishnavachar, kartavya sab, smarta vyavahar. You should give general and specific descriptions of the behavior and activities of a Vaishnava. You should outline things that are to be done and things that are not to be done. All this should be described as regulations and etiquette. E Sankepis Sutra, Koilundig Darshan, Shabitumi Likiba, Krishna Korabe Sfuran. I have thus given a synopsis of the Vaishnava regulative principles. I have given this in brief just to give you a little direction. When you write on this subject, Krishna will help you by spiritually awakening you. Eta Kohilu Prabhura Sanatane Prasad Jahara Shravane Chiter Kande Avasad. Let's see. Eta Kohilu Prabhura Sanatane Prasad Jahara Shravane Chiter Kande Abasad. Thus I have narrated Lord Chaitanya's mercy upon Sanatan Goswami. When one hears these topics, one's heart will be cleansed of all contamination. Nijagrande Karnapur Vishtar Korea Sanatane Prabhur Prasad Raki Jache Likia. The authorized poet Kavi Karnapur has written a book named Chaitanya Charitamrita Natak. This book tells how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blessed Sanatan Goswami with his specific mercy. Okay, and this is from Kavi Karnapur. This and the following two verses. So the next three verses are from Kavi Karnapur's book, Chaitanya Charitamrita Natak. The first verse is Godendrasya Sab Vibhushan Manis Chaktva Cha Ridam Shriyam Rupasyagraja Esha Eva Tarunim Vairagya Lakmindade Antarbhakti Rasena Purnaridayo Baye Badhuta Kriti Shaivalai Pititam Shaivalai Pihitam Mahasara Eva Priti Pradas Tadvidam. Srila Sanatan Goswami, the elder brother of Srila Rupa Goswami, was a most important minister in the government of Hussein Shah, the ruler of Bengal, and he was considered a most brilliant gem in that assembly. He possessed all the opulences of a royal position, but he gave up everything just to accept the youthful goddess of renunciation. Although he externally appeared to be a mendicant who had renounced everything, he was filled with the pleasure of devotional service within his heart. Thus he can be compared to a deep lake covered with moss. He was a subject of pleasure for all the devotees who knew the science of devotional service. So it says here, although he externally appeared to be a mendicant who had renounced everything, he was filled with the pleasure of devotional service within his heart, with his happiness. Thus he can be compared to a deep lake covered with moss. He was the object of pleasure for all the devotees who knew the science of devotional service. Tam sanatanam upagatam akshnur drishta matram ati matra dayarda alinga pari gayata dorbhyam sanukampam arta champaka gora. As soon as Sanatan Goswami arrived in front of Lord Chaitanya, the Lord, seeing him, became merciful to him. The Lord, who has the complexion of a golden champak flower, opened his arms and embraced him while expressing great affection. Kalena Brindavana Keli Varta Lupteti Tam Kyapaitum Vishisha Kripam Ritena Vishishecha Devas Tatraiva Rupam Sha Sanatanam Sha. In the course of time, the transcendental news of Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan was almost lost. To enunciate explicitly these transcendental pastimes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu empowered Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami with the nectar of his mercy to carry out this work in Vrindavan. In the course of time, the transcendental news of Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan was almost lost. To enunciate explicitly these transcendental pastimes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu empowered Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami with the nectar of his mercy to carry out this work in Vrindavan. Eta kohilun sanatane prabhura prasad jahara shravane shiter khande abasad. I have thus explained the mercy bestowed on Sanatan Goswami by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If one hears this description, all moroseness in the heart will diminish. Krishnera Swarup Ganer Sakala Hoy Gyan Vidirag Marge Shodasa Vidirag Marge Sarana Bhakti Ravidan Krishnera Swarup Ganer Sakala Hoy Gyan Vidirag Marge Saran Bhaktir Bidan. By reading these instructions to Sanatan Goswami, given to Sanatan Goswami, one will become fully aware of Lord Krishna's various expansions in the process of devotional service according to the regulative principles and spontaneous love. By reading these instructions to Sanatan Goswami, one will become fully aware of Lord Krishna's various expansions and the process of devotional service according to the regulative principles and spontaneous love. Thus everything can be fully known. Krishna Prem Bhakti Ras Bhakti Siddhanta. Wait a minute. Wait. Don't go. I have 3 verses. You just sit and then I finish. Yeah, I understand. Time and place. Krishna Prema Bhakti Ras Bhakti Siddhanta Ihara Shavane Bhakta Janan Sabha Anta. By reading these instructions, a pure devotee can understand love of Krishna, the mellows of devotional service, which means Krishna Prema, the mellows of devotional service, Bhakti Ras, and the conclusion of devotional service, which is Bhakti or Siddhanta. Everyone can understand all these things to their ultimate end by studying these instructions. By reading these instructions, a pure devotee can understand love of Krishna, the mellows of devotional service, and the conclusion of devotional service. Everyone can understand all these things to their ultimate end by studying these instructions. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Dvaita Charan Jara Pranadana Se Pai Edan. The conclusion of these instructions can be known to one whose life and soul is the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, and Advaita Prabhu. Sri Rupa Raghunath Parijaras Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishnadas, praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I Krishnadas narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya-lila, chapter 24, describing the Atmarama verse and the Lord's mercy upon Sanatan Goswami. Okay. And then there's one more verse left in the Madhya-lila, which we'll start tomorrow. which is how all the residents of Varanasi became Vaishnavas. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Want me to lead?
No, I'll lead. You want to lead? Okay, go ahead and lead.
Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Yallavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shiva Vishodam.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shiva Vishodam.
Giridhari Govinatha Maranam Mohan.
Giridhari Govinatha Maranam Mohan.
Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra.
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra.
Gaura Gaura Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Dharadhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Rupa Sanat.
Jai
Rupa Sanatan.
Bhatta Raghunatha.
Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunatha.
Jiva Gopal Bhatta
Who's this with you?
I got it.
Is that another kid? It is one.
Jai Sapadikara. Of course.
Guys, this is me. I shaved my hair.
Oh,
That's
You
good.
shaved your
Good
shit all
back.
the way off.
yeah, we saw that a couple of weeks ago. Come
Right
here,
back.
so you can be in front of the camera. Here. No, here, come to me. Here. No, turn around. Here's the camera. Look, I'm going to show.
Camera, you're on camera,
You're
you're
on
on
camera.
camera.
See, there's the camera.
That's least expected, you're elected.
Yeah, run the chair. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhara Juki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Paramansa Paravajaka Sharyasta Dara Sadarshi Shimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Paramansa Paravajaka Charya Ashta Dara Sadarshi Shimad Srila Bhakti Rakak Srila Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Sananta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishoras Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai Rupanuga Guru Marga Ki Jai Brahmachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Dasha Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai Ramsi Go Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Shri Gaurabhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Ki Jai Nartam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Jai Vishwavaranya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai Nanda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Navadip Dham Ki Jai Shri Dham Mayapur Ki Jai Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai Saparshada Shri Mahaprabhu Ki Jai Shri Kuladvip Ki Jai Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai Soquel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai Ganga Devi Ki Jai Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Shri Radha Krishna Go Gopi Govardhan Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Ju Ki Jai Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Sripad Bhakti Chandan Parvat Maharaj Ki Jai all the assembled devotees Ki Jai
Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj ki
Shri Shatrugna Prabhu Ki Jai and Ranajit Ki Jai Nishugi Ki Jai Lord
Hari Hari Bol.
Okay, good. Nice.